Holly Walker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister and asks, did he discuss matters relating to his official prime ministerial role when he attended a fundraising dinner at the Museum Hotel in September last year?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, no, because I did not attend a fundraising dinner at the Museum Hotel in September last year.
Order. Supplementary question, Holly Walker.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order.
I seek your guidance, sir. In a situation where a question has been accepted through the Clerk's office with authentication as worded, is it appropriate for the Prime Minister to then question the factual basis of the question itself?
Order. No, I don't need assistance. The question was asked, the Prime Minister answered. Supplementary question, Holly Walker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Does he see a problem with the Prime Minister being a drawcard at fundraising events which explicitly charge for entry at a price that ordinary New Zealanders couldn't possibly afford?
I suspect this is a question that I'm going to rule out of order because it's heading in the exact direction of what we had last week, but I couldn't hear it well enough to rule at this stage. I invite the member to ask it again, but if she's implying that members of this Parliament are being induced to offer favours for the by collecting money, the question may well be ruled out of order. Holly Walker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Does he see a problem with the Prime Minister being the drawcard for an event that explicitly charges for entry at a price that ordinary New Zealanders couldn't possibly afford?
I'll allow that. Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I wear a number of hats. One of them is as Prime Minister, but equally I can attend fundraising events, which I do for numerous causes and charities, and also for the National Party. When I do that, I'm quite free to do that. I'm acting as a member of the National Party and a Member of Parliament. The Cabinet Manual makes that quite clear. One thing, though, I am sure of is I've never gone to a fundraising event that's included Kim.com. He's too busy organising his racist day.
Order.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary. Order. Supplementary question, Holly Walker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Does he stand by his own statement that being Prime Minister is really a 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year job? Or does he now wish to add that National Party fundraising events are the exception to this rule?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, of course, it's, in one context it's a 24/7 job, but the Cabinet Manual makes it quite clear that ministers and the Prime Minister can go to these types of events. I can assure the member for the good order of the House, on Saturday night I'll be taking my wife out for dinner and I'll be going as the loving husband, not as Prime Minister.
Supplementary question.
Order. Supplementary question, Holly Walker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Has his Chief of Staff, Wayne Eagleson, ever accompanied him to a National Party fundraising dinner in a work capacity? If so, what was the work-related purpose for that visit?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, Wayne Eagleson, my Chief of Staff, operates in a number of capacities. One is as Chief of Staff as me as Prime Minister. The other is Leader of the National Party. His pay is actually split for that reason. Therefore, he's quite entitled and free to come to these events. I do know, though, he doesn't go with Russell Norman up to the .com mansion, and he'd never go
Order.
Point of order. Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Order. Point of order. Order.
Thanks to the Attorney General for that interjection. Mr. Speaker, in light of the Prime Minister's answer, I seek leave to table a document entitled Chinese National Party Donor Emerges as Biggest Shareholder in .com's Mega.
Source of that document?
It's the NBR, but it wasn't. It was only online. It wasn't.
The member's now trifling with the chair and resume his seat. Order. Question number supplementary question, Brendan Horan.
Thank you. To the Prime Minister, has he had any discussions at fundraising dinners about public funding being used as a personal slush fund by the individual with responsibility for administering such a fund? And what would he think of an individual that did use public funding for that use?
And as far as this ministerial, I'm struggling to find it, but I'll hope the Prime Minister can assist.
No, I haven't, and I would be very, very surprised if they did. If they did, that person might need to amend their pecuniary interest, as Winston Peters did in 2007, and as David Shearer did in 2012, and as 12 members of this House did in 2012.
Order. Question number 10, Melissa Lee.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question